All right, welcome back to Dark Mode. We're doing something a little different today, boys and girls. I'm going to bribe people to watch the show. So if you're watching right now, you could be winning cash, you could be winning prizes, cash, etc., cash and other prizes. Doing a little bit of a different format today. So if you're thinking, I want to win, it is too late for this episode. We've already recorded this. Little bit of a fourth wall break there. But I will talk later in the episode about how you can comment on this video and win some stuff. Next time, we're going to do some segments. We're going to do some games. We got Casey here.
What's up?
He's been here before. If you're a viewer of the show, you know about Casey.
Been around the block a time or two in my day.
Mm-hmm. He's wearing sunglasses, and that is neat.
I run these streets.
Are you going to be like a character this whole time?
This is just me, dude. This is me, dog.
No.
This is how I roll.
I don't like that at all. We also have Liv, first timer. Have you ever even done a podcast?
I've not. Nobody wanted me.
Well, okay.
Well, we didn't either, but we found her outside and she was cold. So.
I felt the pity invite, but
right, yeah. She was just hanging out there, and she was like, "Hey, are you guys doing a podcast?" And she kept asking everybody that was coming in. I felt like somebody's got to just.
They almost got me for another loitering charge around these parts. So
yeah.
Thank you for taking me
Keeps
in.
happening. These parts.
Yeah, that'll be 3 strikes for you too.
Yeah, I know. 3 strikes on loitering. That's not good.
3 strikes on the record right now.
Yeah, that's you're flirting with some disaster there.
Yeah. All right. So here's how it works. We ask the audience questions. The audience answers the questions, and if we choose their answer, they win stuff. So for this first section, it's just a fill in the blank. Ask them to fill in the blank if we chose one of their answers, which a lot of people answered. All right. So we didn't choose everybody's answer.
How many answers?
I wish I would have known so I could do the bit. Maybe 70 people have answered the fill in the blank. That one's easy, okay? The fill in the blank. So if we chose your answer, if you hear your answer, not everybody wanted me to share their name. Some of them want to remain anonymous. But if you hear your answer, you let me know. Like I'll tell you at the end of the segment how to reach out to me. All right. So the fill in the blank is
applesauce. I think that's what goes in the blank there, John.
Done.
Final answer. Lock it in.
The fill in the blank is what's the fill in the blank?
It's this format of usually a question or prompt where there's a sentence or two, maybe a few, and there's a blank in place of a word that is missing or strategically removed in a way to allow the reader to fill in their own context.
And everything you just heard right there, that's not what this is at all, because it was really just a question, but it's kind of a fill in the blank. So the fill in the blank is the most annoying health advice you've ever gotten. So I guess you could think of it as the most annoying health advice you've ever gotten is, right?
Gotcha.
So the most annoying health advice I've ever gotten is drink more water. What am I, a fucking camel? I'm chugging beers on the weekend, not running a marathon. That's what the guy said. It says he's chugging beers.
Valid point.
He's not running a marathon.
It's not bad. It's a strong fill, and it's a strong fill of the blank, if I might.
Yeah. What would you give it? 7 out of 10? 6 out of 10?
Well, I really agree with the choice of the annoying advice.
Yeah.
The reasoning, I also like that, but I feel like there's still a little meat on that bone.
Well,
there's lots of reasons why that's annoying.
He was like, what am I? Most people just filled in the blank and that's it. So kind of props to him for
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I get. I think the drink more water thing is I don't know, man. I don't drink that much water.
Well, I feel like it's so widely any issue you have, they're like just drink some water.
Yeah. Nobody questions this. Are we sure about this water thing? People drown in water.
You've got a point going here.
Nobody's ever drowned in Red Bull. Nobody's ever drowned in beer, I don't think.
We don't know that.
I mean, I'll be willing to bet. I'm willing to bet. What do you think? You think
There's a lot of people who have existed since the invention of Red Bull. I bet one of them
What are the odds you give me somebody's drowned in Red Bull? On that bet. I bet nobody's ever drowned in Red Bull.
Well, nobody can drowned because that's not a word, but drowned, somebody's drowned in Red Bull. I think
You think a 1-to-1, you'd take a 1-to-1 bet that somebody has drowned in Red Bull?
I think it might, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. You guys ready? My phone's locked, so I'm stalling. My doctor said the most annoying health advice I've ever gotten. My doctor said at your age, you should be thinking about kids before it's too late.
I wonder which gender group this came from.
That's a wild thing for your doctor to say.
I mean, depending on the age of this person, might be incredibly accurate and,
At your age.
Yeah, it's very prudent. Very prudent
Now,
of
if I had a
you.
nickel for every time I got that one, no.
From your doctor.
From my doctor.
Yeah. I think, if your doctor is just a super old guy and he's like, well, all you ladies should be having kids, all right? So if you should be thinking about it at your age.
You're 14 now. You got the childbearing hips on you.
He goes, yeah.
Get to it, Susan.
Do you need some help? I can, that's a different service. I'd have to bill you extra for that, but we can make it happen.
Is he offering to impregnate them?
Yeah, that was the bit, yeah.
This feels like it was rooted from the Amish community or something, or
Right.
like Mormon
They have doctors.
style.
Like that. Ooh.
Mormon, yeah, the damn Mormons. Those doctors, those Mormon doctors.
Let them out.
Stay in Utah, you freak.
We're letting them here.
Yeah, what are they just coming up here stealing our jobs?
And making all these kids, making all the kids who steal our kids'
Oh, a
jobs.
bunch of blonde-eyed, blue hair. Wait.
Wait,
In this
hold on a
economy,
second. In this,
Yeah, what the hell?
damn. No, I think this guy's he's an old doctor, and he's like, this is how he did it. He goes, at your age, you should probably be thinking about having kids. How old are you?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Based off your looks, I'm gonna say not a lot of time left.
nah. I'm already looking at kicking the bucket. So
He's like, I was just down there, and I think it's time,
the rings.
And actually, after giving your body a once-over, I think maybe not reproducing is the right move for
Yeah,
you.
honestly, sterilize yourself.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
plenty of you
We could
already
take
in
care of that.
existence.
We could take care of that too.
All that.
Just down the different, area. I was take a left, right, take a right. Huh?
Just schedule the next month out.
Yeah, easy. Follow-up appointment, snip, snip. Or
Dude,
tie. It depends.
Maybe both, just for a good measure.
This could have been said to a guy. There is a point where
That's
I have
true.
to imagine fertility drops off for a guy, but I think we've all heard of some random 70-year-old guy who gets somebody pregnant.
Sure, yeah. I mean, maybe it was
Who
just.
hasn't?
You know what? Okay, all right. A scenario where this happened to a guy. Guy is in seeing his doctor, and he's like, "Man, fucking gonorrhea again, buddy. Like, maybe you should settle down." His doctor's trying to get him to settle down. He's like, it'd settle this guy down, have him pop out a couple kids. Maybe he'll be more responsible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Bad
it's got to be a
chance.
girl. It's a woman. There's just no other way.
Those broads are always complaining about something.
Gonorrhea, more like still here-rea, am I right?
No, back in college, gonorrhea was real rampant.
Really? Where?
My campus, Eastern.
They're all like, thanks,
Big
Liz."
gonorrhea.
Thanks. Yeah, I never outed myself as the main culprit.
Ooh.
I
Big-
was spreading that.
Big gonorrhea school, Eastern
Big
Washington. huh?
gonorrhea. Yeah, that's actually what we were known as. It was in our
Yeah.
fight song. So.
It's the EWU clap, I think, right? Okay. Most annoying health advice I've ever gotten. Chew slower. I agree that this is annoying. And you know why?
Because it's good advice.
No.
Oh.
Because you're
I
giving
mean,
this
yeah,
person
fuck
you're
'em.
giving this person advice that's gonna affect every person they eat with after that.
Yeah.
It's a fair point.
You eat with slow chewers? You eat with people who eat their food slow? Oh, I just don't want to be friends with you anymore if you don't eat your food. If you have a bite in your mouth right now and you're chewing it and you don't have your next bite on the fork ready to go in your mouth, I don't think we can be friends. I don't want to be friends with you.
I don't even think I swallow before I
Yeah.
put another bite ever.
Well, it's like you're swallowing a little constantly,
Yeah, it's a
You're
cycle.
You're feeding the cycle.
Yeah.
Chew slower. You want me to slow down the whole
It'll
cycle?
slow everything down.
Yeah.
The cow I'm eating is going to die slower because of this.
In all that extra time you
Cool.
spend chewing, let's say you live 10 years longer because you chewed slower, but you spent 10 years chewing.
That's probably a good point.
Chew slower, bad advice.
Well, I mean,
Liv was like, wow, the math is mathing.
now that I'm really thinking this through, I was gonna go with most Asian cultures. It's really, really highly.
That's cool. You were going to make Asian jokes? Do you want to do an impression? You could do an Asian impression.
Do the one you always do.
Yeah.
Do that one
the
that
one
you were
that-
just doing before we
You were
started.
saying about the Koreans?
Yeah.
No comment.
Oh. got you out in the kitchen for first podcast out. Doesn't want to get canceled. Weird.
Doesn't want to do Asian impressions. Jeez.
I'm here. If somebody's eating slow, they're chewing their food slow, I'm just going to finish mine and leave them. So it really impedes me to know.
We had a good friend in high school. Casey and I are both fast eaters.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
We had a good friend in high school who was abnormally slow. Like, he's not just a medium. Fast eaters get used to eating with medium eaters.
Yeah.
He was not a medium eater. And we're still friends with him, miraculously.
Miraculous. You slipped into the Asian.
Speaking of Korean
Wow.
impressions, yeah.
That was
Miraculous rare.
typical.
But like, he's got to be really funny to make up for all that slow chewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does kind of irk me if somebody's sitting there and they're just sitting there with the food on the fork, talking to you and just waving it around right before teasing you. That could get me.
My guy, put the fucking
Go
bite.
on.
Yeah. Get it done.
Yeah.
Slide it down your gullet.
Yeah.
Just try opening your throat a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll help. Most annoying health advice I've ever gotten: sleep 8 hours a night. Like, bitch, I'm trying to finish Severance.
Ooh, that hit. I liked that.
That was a great tag. She did put her name in for a shout out. That was Priya W from Seattle. Shout out to Priya W. Great tag.
Gang, Priya.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm trying to finish Severance.
That was a good one.
How am I get 8 hours of sleep a night?
Yeah.
And you want me to wake up in the morning and work out? Mm-hmm. That's not happening. Something's getting sacrificed.
They're down in that office working nonstop. Those innies, they don't get a moment's rest. You think I get 8 hours off?
Right. Yeah.
Solidarity, baby.
Yeah. You got some?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I just need to use up the full day, and I still got to wake up early. I got to use the full day ahead before I go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go to bed and then the next day started. Like, I want to use the full day I have before going to bed and getting my 8 hours of sleep. So I'm going to go to bed at, like, 12 midnight.
Right, like 11:59, you're like, down now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to waste
the
the
week.
next day, though. You don't want to waste the morning.
That is true, yeah. So, I mean, I have to wake up early, so 8 hours of sleep is out for me.
How would you guys rate your sleep health? I don't know if either of you are, like, sleep health trackers. Are you? I know you're not. I mean... I said I don't know if either.
Lady?
I said I don't know if either of you are sleep health trackers. That's not true.
Yeah.
I knew 100%. Casey's never tracked sleep health a day in his life.
I'm not a crook.
Are you like a sleep health? Do you look at your sleep scores?
Not necessarily. I think it would make me sad if I did.
Right. So we're all guessing here. How do you think? Like, how many hours of sleep you think you average a night? One?
Terrible.
Oh, you saw the
Terrible.
figure.
1.
1 hour.
2, 3 hours, 4. I don't know, man. It's probably 6-ish. Feels 5 to 6 to 7. So 5 to 7.
Yes, 5 to 7.
Anywhere
but I like
from
the way
2 to 12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
in that
2 to
range.
6 to 12.
Yeah. I legitimately think that I average maybe less than 4 hours a night over a long period of time, like a 30-day window.
Adderall is a hell of a drug.
It absolutely is. It's a great drug. If you don't want to sleep, that's good for it. It's good for that.
I wonder if you had like a month off of Adderall, if you would just crash for 12 hours a day.
I couldn't wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
If I didn't have it,
you'd slip into like if you go 24 hours without Adderall, you're just gonna coma up.
I think so. Yeah. What would happen is I would go to sleep at night, which usually happens around 2 or 3 a.m. And then I would not wake up until like maybe 28 hours later.
Yeah. You just get like blankets all like getting like a cocoon, like a coma.
Yeah. Well, now, okay. So I am getting old enough though that like
Kokomo?
the just general, you know how like you get old enough and you're like, yeah, laying down, that could be painful. You know, you might get some back pain just laying in your bed.
Yeah, laying down is awful and great at the same time.
Right. So there's a possibility that I would just get a sore back at some point and that would wake me up.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have Adderall, I wouldn't wake. But I would rate my sleep health as a 1 out of 10.
That seems low.
One of the areas of life I'm absolutely worst at.
Nice.
How do you think?
I'm probably averaging like 6 to 7 hours.
I mean, that's like
I was
you
gonna say,
won
that's actually like pretty typical.
a couple things. One, 6 to 7 hours. Excellent. 2, that was a very tight range. You're like very sure that it's 6 to 7 hours.
You didn't even use 3 numbers.
Yeah.
I like to cut it off. I like to cut myself off.
Whoa, look out.
I bet you go to bed like around the same time every night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my! You're an excellent sleeper. I think you were like, I would rate it so bad, and then you heard how much of like trash pandas Casey and I are, and you're like, oh, okay, no, a lot better than you, that's for sure.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm humble.
I go to bed pretty much the same time every night. It's just a different time, I'm sure, than Liv.
Right. It's like 2:30.
Yeah, it's 2:30 to 3:30 probably is the most common.
Right. It's
like,
whenever I pass out.
Yeah.
And another thing that I do at night is I like to like get in bed, right? And then like I'll watch something, like watch a show.
Paint your toenails.
And then while I'm watching a show, this is usually after I've painted my toenails.
You don't like to do it on the bed because it can get paint on the sheets.
Get the paint everywhere.
Nice sheets.
Sure. So I watch a show, and then while watching the show, I will also put in an AirPod and watch a podcast on YouTube. And while doing both of those things, I will also like play a game on my phone.
I love ADHD.
And I love you, but that is psychopath behavior.
That is actually exactly what I do.
Yeah.
You're okay. I'm afraid in this room now.
Like, give
Terrified
me more.
For my life.
You're like your dopamine. It's like your dopamine's like a loose woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like she gets stretched out and she just needs more and more.
I need to keep going to feed the habit.
Right. Yeah.
I will say that I do, like, when I play video games now, as a full-grown 35-year-old man, I always have, like, YouTube up. Like, where I play video games, there's a TV right next to it. Literally, like, the screens pretty much overlap.
Yeah.
And I have YouTube on all the time. And sometimes I'll just, like, zone out, be watching that.
And you'll die.
Well, yeah, whatever it is, right? Give up a touchdown, like, whatever. And then, like, why do I play like this? But, like, I do get that, I guess. There's a mode where I have to be like, overstimulate me here.
That's true. Yeah. And I am usually playing, like, 2K on my phone or something like that. So it's similar, not exactly the same, but yeah. But I do it with the third element of, like, another show on the TV.
Yeah.
YouTube is on the phone.
That's one layer too much for me. I can't support this.
I'm going to make you feel alive again.
And the YouTube's only in one ear too, so it's like there's a lot, dude.
That's too much. You got your like left brain thinking about one thing, you got your right brain thinking about something else. Then like throughout the next day, you're just like, why am I getting emotional about this? Like,
I do. Yeah. I think that it's fine if you're fine with like yelling at your kids a lot and being a bad husband, maybe a little bit emotionally abusive, then I don't think you really need to sleep that much.
I wouldn't say I'm fine with that. I would say I'm a huge proponent of it.
Yeah.
Like, big on it. Real big on it.
Kids need a little bit of that, you know?
Yeah.
They need to see a dysfunctional relationship in the home. I think that research shows that's good for them.
They need to see that so they know what to strive for eventually, or what not to strive for.
Right, yeah. Well, it's like I have daughters, right? And I think, usually it's like you want to let them know, hey, when you grow up, you should expect a man to be emotionally abusive to you.
Yeah, set the bare minimum on there. 4 hours and a beer in the morning to start the day.
What's the most emotionally abusive thing you've ever done to a child, you guys?
Where do I start?
Yeah.
Wait, since I've been an adult, or could I have been a child?
I think this is an adult-only question.
Yeah, I don't know.
It feels like a juicy question. If anybody
What's the
has
most
a good answer.
emotionally abusive thing you've ever done to a child?
It's also borderline illegal depending on how bad this is.
Right, yeah.
Crimes on the internet. I beat the shit out of a kid one time. No.
I think
he felt bad about it too, like emotionally. So there was that aspect of it.
I have, and so I think it's your own. Like I've just got set off by my own kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think most people would be their own kids, unless
I dislike other people's kids so much worse though.
Well, unless another kid does something to your kid.
That's what it is. So,
but those things are actually kind of rare, like really, really like nefarious things.
I was actually just thinking of an example where I was like, I want to bulldoze this 3-year-old, like he was like a 3 to 4 years old toddler, because I don't even remember what he did to like one of my kids, but I was like, nah, dude, no. But yeah, I think I've like, well, okay, this isn't the most emotionally abusive thing, but the other day I'm in this kick lately where I just am like, I don't want to say things to you more than once. Which is, if you've got like 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds, that's impossible. Yeah. It's unrealistic of me to think that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I just don't want to repeat myself. And I've put my foot in the I've like drawn a line in the sand now on this.
Quit making me repeat myself, damn it.
Yeah.
Dad, I'm 4.
Yeah. So the other day I like told him, I don't know, go upstairs and brush your teeth and get ready for bed or something like that. Probably didn't even say it loud enough. They're like full on playing in their.
They're in it.
Yeah, they're in it. And and I just like whatever they were playing with, I took it and just like chucked it outside over our fence, like to where the road was. Did not give them a second warning. I said, hey, go upstairs, brush your teeth, put your jammies on, and get ready for bed. They did not do that. I took the soccer ball, threw it to the road.
It's a soccer ball.
It was right before this.
I don't know if it was a soccer ball. I can't remember what it was. I'm just,
In my mind, it's like a doll, and you just like, they're like,
Right.
that's my baby.
Yes. Yeah. They were playing babies.
Kid.
Yep.
I have one. I am pretty sure I scarred my stepson when he was a little younger, spraying sunscreen on him.
In his eyes?
We were at the pool, and his mom wasn't around, and I was like, oh, I got this for you. Don't worry about it. And I just give it a little like, and I'm like, I'm an adult. I think about like, I just do stuff, you know?
Right.
I need sunscreen on my body. Like, just do it, right?
Right.
And I'm not really thinking about this with like the touch of a parent, right?
Right.
Trying to be careful. I was just like,
That's classic stepdad stuff,
and
you know?
I just go like, hey, close your eyes and go, and then he goes, okay, thanks. And he goes, ah! Oh, shit. Okay. Get in the pool. Rinse them out. I don't know. Which is full of chlorine. I don't know if that's actually helpful or not.
Chlorine-filled pool.
I'm pretty sure he's never used the like spray-on style sunscreen since.
Yeah.
So my bad on that one.
I don't even think that's that traumatic. My daughter cries every time we put it on before it even gets to her face. Like we're doing it. It's like on the back of her legs, and she's like, ah.
Well, it's cold. It can be cold.
Yeah. In her defense. All right. Last one. Most annoying.
I know it's Liv dodged the question. That's okay. It's okay.
Oh yeah. What? Yeah. How do you like to?
Legally, I can't talk about this.
Yeah. How do you?
So.
How do you like to emotionally?
Me and the family made an agreement, so.
I usually stick to physical over emotional. So
Right.
I like to get sappy.
Right. Don't like to get.
A good old fashioned like physical.
Let's put it this way: I don't even think they can be abused emotionally.
Yeah.
Seriously.
What are we giving them? Freaking participation trophies now?
Yeah.
As long as they can't talk, they don't even know what's going on.
That's a good point. I like that. Yeah. Don't teach them how to talk even to begin with.
Yeah.
Honestly, save a lot of trouble. It takes a long time to teach an idiot how to talk.
It's true. Yeah. So
they are idiots. Let's be honest.
There's a couple things about talking, and there's two things. So parents get stressed out about talking, and then parents get stressed out about potty training.
Potty training for sure. Yeah.
And I'm like, look, I've never met a 16-year-old who shits their pants.
Oh, well, you haven't met enough 16-year-olds.
Well, look,
16-year-olds.
I met a 16-year-old who has shit their pants. I'm just saying, like, I've never met a 16-year-old who doesn't know how to poop on the potty. You know what I'm saying?
Well.
So I'm like, they'll figure it out. Like, you don't need to force potty training.
Well, excuse me, we don't all have the most sophisticated friends, you know?
I guess, yeah. All right, last one. Most annoying health, what was it? Most annoying health habit? Or most annoying health advice, sorry. Eat less carbs. Motherfucker, you need carbs. That one isn't even like that good of a, like, annoying. It's like everybody says eat less carbs or whatever. Like, I think that's another one like the water. It's like everyone's like, yep, carbs bad. Yeah. Everybody knows. But this guy just like, motherfucker, you need carbs.
Yeah, it's a different
You
take
need them.
It's a different take. You don't hear a lot, and it's true.
Yeah.
It's factual.
Yeah. And if you are trying to eat less carbs, you could just like, eat like healthy alternatives to normal bread and bagels and, other such baked goods. Like, for example, what I like to do, just me. I like to, there's a brand called Royo. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Stop doing this.
Yeah, there's called Royo. It's bread and bagels. Right. And it's a company that,
I'm have to do this.
I'm involved with this company.
Everybody knows you're the Royal guy.
Right.
You don't have to make a point of saying it.
And I'm just saying though, like, because if you wanted to eat less carbs,
but maybe I don't.
You need to eat bagels still.
Give me all the carbs now.
It's very important. Bagels are an important part of the diet.
I agree.
On the pyramid or whatever the fuck they're using these days.
Bagel.
Yeah, it's just all of the levels. So, but you eat less carbs. But you do need carbs, and it has some. But it's got protein too.
It does have just the right amount of. It's
like just right, yeah.
It's not no carbs because that's what. How do they do that? That's not good.
You can't make any kind of bread product without carbs.
I don't think it. I would venture to say if it has no carbs, it's probably bad for you.
Well, it's got
all the way full circle, but it's got just the right amount of carbs and Royo.
Yeah, just right amount of carbs, and it tastes excellent.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh, the sweet spot.
Yeah,
Does.
the lane. Yeah. Yep. So I mean, I'm just saying, if you wanted to try and follow that advice of eating less carbs, right? That would be one way you would do it. Is it like maybe where like you might go onto the internet, and you might go to like a website.
Would you?
Yeah, like
Is that where you'd go?
Where would you think you would go?
Would you go to eatroyal.com?
Yeah, I think you'd go to eatroyal.com.
Is that right?
And you would get some bagels.
Okay.
I like the bagels. That's my favorite.
Is that what people watching should do?
People watching should probably do that.
Is that what we're trying to do here?
Yeah, that's what we're doing a bit that's going to turn into. I'm going to cut this into a thing later. So that's what we're doing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. That was thanks for playing along. I appreciate you.
Ching.
I don't say that enough.
Oh.
Here comes the bagel toss.
Toss the bagels.
Mm.
That's true. Maybe we should just do that every time. You just throw me when I catch it. My mouth.
Oh, this would be a 3-point shot.
So quick one, because there were people who like submitted stuff and they got chosen. So if you're one of those was you remained anonymous if I didn't shout you out. So if one of those was you, send an email to john@eatroyo.com. See, I even got an email at this domain. John@eatroyo.com with the subject line Dark Mode 56, and just tell me which one was yours.
Damn, 56.
All right, it's time for y'all to compete. Are you ready?
Not
Not against each other.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not against each
That's
other.
good, because I wouldn't want to do that to her.
I wouldn't want him to do it to me. So.
Yeah. That's harsh. I'd be okay with you doing it to me.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So here's how it goes. I asked you guys for some stories, right? I also asked our audience for some stories. Everybody submitted a story. If we chose your story, I'm going to give you $10 cash. So, and that was what if I chose any of your, like if I chose your fill in the blank, that's also $10 cash. So if I choose your story here, $10 cash. Not you guys. You guys don't get $10. You guys have to win. Whoever wins this whole thing, $100, baby. $100 cash. Could be either of you two.
Oh, one of us will win 100.
No, could be an audience member too.
Oh, okay.
Whoever wins the story.
I'm out.
Yep.
Ooh.
And then every audience member who beats you, they get a free variety pack from Royo Bagels, from Royo Bread Company. I don't know if you've heard of them.
What if I tanked this? What if it's like terrible?
You could do that, and then a lot of people would get some free product from Royo.
What if I did that on purpose already? And...
But you've already locked in, and that's why I didn't give you enough context for you to be able to do that.
Yeah, but you haven't read it yet. I could have been 2 steps ahead of you.
For the community, Casey.
That's what I mean. I just sandbag for the bros.
Casey's
for the bagel bros.
Not really a community guy. He's more of a cult guy.
That's
I see
true.
it.
Yeah, if I can't be a part of a cult, I really don't want to be.
Why do I want to be in a community? You know,
I'm a big
pyramid
Kool-Aid
talk
guy.
earlier, so
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you don't it's just really cults are just communities with like more fun.
and just like more systematic. Too.
Yeah. More structure, get a lot more done.
Yeah.
You know, really like creative ideas getting thrown around.
Lots more wives, lots more kids.
Lots of wives. We're all gonna have so many wives.
I'm gonna have so many wives. I've got 7 wives, 7 kids with each wife, 49 total.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be a lot of kids. You're gonna look at it and you're gonna say, "Wow, that's a lot of kids."
So many kids.
All right, so here's the prompt. What is a story about a time when you tried to be healthy what is a story about a time when you tried to be healthy and ended up thinking, "This is what I get for trying"? Ready? First one. Last year, for my New Year's resolution, I decided to start jogging. Bought cute running gear and everything.
This is my story, by the way.
Right? Yeah, I could tell.
I had cute running gear at home.
Shorts.
I get 2 laps into my first run. I trip on a root, eat shit, hurt my knee pretty bad, and my period decides it's go time.
John, you weren't supposed to read that part. That was my secret.
I limped half a mile back to my house in my bright yellow Lulus.
Oh, so she's out a pretty penny.
People noticed.
Well, I mean, I imagine that's how
That was in the story. People noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those aren't cheap,
Shockingly,
right?
No.
she did.
Like what,
No.
$60
But,
more?
sorry.
I don't know.
70,
Yeah,
one pair.
Yeah.
that's nuts.
Bright yellow.
I would have told
Those-
people I fell on a stick
Those
or
bitches
something.
were orange.
Fell on a stick. Wait. Okay, hold on.
I fell on a
fell on a
stick.
stick.
Whoa!
Challenge. Improv challenge. Okay, improv challenge. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. All right. Oh my
You fell
god.
on a stick.
Oh my god, Liv, what happened?
Oh, I tripped and I stick went right up the old keister.
Oh my God! How did that even happen, though?
I mean,
the physics on that, they seem so unbelievable.
What were you doing?
I mean, you wouldn't believe it. I'm going for my jog.
Right.
Big root comes up.
Sure.
Just, it was meant to be.
Right.
Whoa.
Was it
me? Meant to be.
Was it not? Was it nice? Did you like it? Was it enjoyable?
The initial feel was stimulating. I'll say.
Whoa.
But,
okay. Well, so
went
you
downhill.
would knock it.
So you would recommend then?
Not to everyone.
Right.
Only a seasoned pro like
Sure.
myself,
thrill,
but
thrill seekers.
Right.
the old rump doesn't really take it too well.
Right.
Oh my God. Have you? You need to go to church. That sounds like divine intervention.
Yeah.
True. I think you may have sinned.
It was actually my wake up call, so I haven't done it since.
You've accepted Jesus now.
I've
Not yet.
accepted my heart.
You've accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior.
Yeah. It took a lot to get me there.
That was good. Yeah. I'm sorry. This is the first time we're doing this format. That story could have been either of your stories.
Yeah, it was mine.
And that was
I already
great.
told everybody.
It was a great bar setter.
I think mine was
I
most
should
believable.
probably try and edit these but like I don't know how to edit that for gender. You know what I mean? The whole thing
I was
is
running and went.
yeah.
I don't
The
know.
whole thing.
I don't know.
The other thing about this is
I apologize.
yeah, that's all right. Fart jokes. I'm on board with fart jokes. I will tell you, you would kill it.
Fart noise, but I realized there's no distinction.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say your material, if it was fart material, would kill it with my kids.
Yeah.
They are big on fart material at the moment.
That was more like a period joke, but there's really not as good of a like
What is a period?
recallable, audible,
What does it sound like when a period starts? It's like
recordable. That's what I mean. I thought of it as like it sounded,
Ow.
ow.
I think you might have got
Ow.
Yeah.
it. Oh my God.
It sounds like oh.
Yeah, in that scenario, it was.
Yeah.
Well, in Liv's scenario, it was definitely ow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the
Ooh,
initial.
it was-
Not the initial. Huh? Nah.
Okay, all right.
Uh,
Well, this isn't fun. This isn't fun at all.
All right. A reminder on the prop. What is a story about a time when you tried to be healthy and ended up thinking, this is what I get for trying? My friend convinced me to do a gut reset cleanse with her. Sounds like another girl. Sorry, I got to edit
Does
this.
it? I don't even know. Oh,
My
yeah.
friend convinced me to do a gut reset cleanse with her.
Because there's a friend. Like men don't have friends. It's supposed to be
It could be a
solitary.
gay guy. I just don't see a lot of men. Not a lot of men doing gut reset cleanses, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong out here.
I don't know if that's true.
Maybe I'm the old man saying, get off my lawn here.
What I do think might be true is that like I don't think guys are going up to their other guy friends like you have to do this gut cleanse with me.
That's true. It's going to be a girlfriend.
Yeah, if it's somebody's
Good point.
convinced you to
It's
do
a
it.
good point. It's a
But
good
it could
point.
still be a guy who the girl is saying it
This
to.
one doesn't have a
probably.
name on it, so I actually don't know for sure. So my friend convinced me to do a gut reset cleanse with her. All I could eat for 3 days was bone broth, steamed veggies, and something called slippery elm tea.
Ew. I don't know. That sounds. I don't like it. I don't like how it's
sounds
trying
like
to
it
be.
could be good.
It's trying to be sneaky.
Yeah.
Slippery.
On the second day, I'm at work. I sneeze and shit my pants during a meeting.
Oh. Oh man.
You don't work there anymore.
Well, like
You've just resigned. You're looking for a new job
It
now.
does depend. How fast can you get to the restroom?
Well, okay.
after
You
the
shit your
fact?
pants in a meeting.
well, and
That's happened
Was
now.
it loud?
You can't go back to a world. You can no longer live in a world where you haven't shit your pants in front of the people in the meeting with you.
well,
That
hold
is-
on.
well, is
Devil's
it-
advocate.
yeah.
You and I wouldn't have such a big problem. I think we would pull this off scot free.
I think it'd be like,
Since
well,
we
I
work
pretty much
remote.
smell normal.
Well, we work remote, like most like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
so
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've probably done this like 3 or 4 times, honestly.
I am,
This
yeah.
is your story.
Nobody's ever known.
I
Yeah,
take
no,
my
this
meetings
is my
on-
story, and then I started my period.
I've shit my pants
I was
in a
like-
meeting, and now I just take my meetings on the toilet. It's very convenient. It's a lot better.
Yeah,
That's true. I am, I guess, assuming an in-office job, but she doesn't.
doesn't feel like it
He or
would have
he,
made.
this could be a guy, doesn't say that.
Doesn't feel like it would have made the submission if it was not on location job.
On the second day, I'm at work.
Yeah,
So you could be at work at your house, but I picture it as in office.
yeah.
That one's pretty bad. You don't work there anymore. Would you go back? Do you go back after that?
If in some world it was quiet enough, I can just back my way out and get out, no smell yet.
That whole room smells like diarrhea at this point.
I wouldn't be back. I've had shameful moments in my life, but that one would do me.
You've just quit. Yeah.
Tell me my last
It could
check.
be my dream job.
Yeah.
Like, I need a new dream now.
Yeah.
It's time for a new dream.
Going back
That
after.
check in the mail. That's where my dreams are over.
Yeah.
I woke up.
The slippery elm tea. It
Yeah.
ended my dreams.
Fucking slippery should have been the first.
Yeah,
clue.
the slippery. You were onto something there. You're like, I don't like it.
Well, I
don't like the sound of that.
It's like, yeah, it'll all slip out. Like, but that's not how I want to think about it.
Tell me. Okay, so the story prompt. What is the story about a time when you tried to be healthy and ended up thinking, this is what I get for trying? I tried online therapy because, well, I'm insane.
Well,
it turns out my therapist was an insufferable weirdo who either refused or was incapable of relating to me, which made me lose my therapy boner pretty quick. A lot of context clues in these. I stopped setting up appointments with her. At least I think those are her pronouns. That's funny. Sorry, I didn't read that very well. At least I think those are her pronouns.
Pronouns.
But continued to pay anyway, so I could still feel like I was investing in myself. Until I realized that's exactly what they would want. So I canceled the service. Another scam foiled.
I like the way this person thinks, honestly. Maybe you're
I'm
not
investing in
insane.
myself. Wait a second. That's how they get you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially when you're not going anymore, that's like,
That is
we're
how they
doing
get.
nothing and getting paid for it. This is great.
Yeah, that's like the gym membership thing. Like, you know, it's like you pay for the gym membership, you don't go.
Yeah.
That's the better help, you know.
I think secretly that's what like therapists should try to be doing is like, hey, just like kind of feel weird about yourself, feel bad about me, but feel fine about yourself and keep paying. Don't feel too good about yourself.
I think their move is every other, you know, they go to the every other week and then you start missing.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to be I'm the final judge of which of the stories is kind of the winners and stuff like that, but I'm open to feedback.
Well, we have what, 4 there?
So right now we've got fall on a route, period, Lululemon yellow, right?
Lulu yellow.
Next we have gut reset, shit your pants during a meeting at work.
Yikes.
And third we have online therapy.
Oh, it's 3. Okay.
Scam avoidance. All right. What's tentatively? Let me get a feel for like a ranking system from the two of you.
I'm gonna say the shit the pants in the office, period, and counselor.
Got it. Gotcha. Yeah. You're on the same page there?
I agree with that.
I think counselor's in third. It's good, but the other two were just bangers, honestly.
Wait, what?
The counselor, like the therapy story, that's third to me.
Oh, okay.
But it's a good story. It's just the other two were like bangers.
I thought you were saying the root one was third and the other 2 were the top ones.
Oh yeah. No,
But the root one I can't put myself in the shoes as much because I don't know what getting your period feels like exactly. I imagine that wasn't awesome.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's a little.
So are you saying you like the shit pants one first?
I do like that one. I like them all.
Is that what you said as well?
Yeah.
It's a tough group. It's a tough group.
It's a tough squad. Tough squad for
It's
sure.
gonna be a good team that makes it out of this match.
I started jogging at 5 a.m. because real winners wake up early and eat that frog and all that bullshit.
Okay.
I actually started getting in pretty good shape until a stray dog chased me for 2 blocks. I tore my calf muscle trying to hurdle a bush. My neighbor caught it on their Ring cam and posted it on TikTok. It has 2.3 million views.
Sick. Famous.
This is what I get for trying. I like that he tagged it with this is what I get for trying.
That is
fun.
clean.
It's fun. Yeah.
Full circle. I feel like
Fame.
probably the best format.
Yeah. No, I don't know if it was my delivery on this one. I'm feeling less strong about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can relate to this heavily. Let me tell. Okay, dogs.
Not a fan.
They hate runners.
Yeah.
Dogs, runners, natural enemies. If you're a runner, if you're both a runner and a post office worker, you don't own dogs. They don't like you. So I can relate to this guy, but
you don't think postal workers have dogs at their own house?
No, I think that if they're both,
you think they put on their work uniform?
Yeah, and the dog starts facing them.
I think they change in their car.
They got to change in the car if they got dogs. No. If they're both a runner and a postal worker, they just can't. There's no way.
Yeah. That'd be some fast deliveries, though.
Yeah,
at least.
That's true.
I don't. I will say this. I don't think I've ever seen a male person, a MAIL person.
No, they're all over. It's like half the population.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I've ever seen a mail delivery person who I would say, I bet that person's a runner.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a very valid point.
Yeah.
It's usually like, man, that person's barely a walker.
That or they're really
That person
a
should get
walker.
it. They need to get them a car.
Dude, either that or they have calves this big and you're like, they walk nonstop all day long.
Ooh, and
But they still don't run.
But they got a big old belly too.
Well,
like
yeah,
big calves,
lots of
big
times,
belly.
lots of
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
Those big calves come from like a lot of weight up top.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. They're carrying it. Yeah.
My big calf days.
I will say he tore. This is so much stuff happening. I feel the most sorry for this guy. I think because I identify with this, he was like getting into shape, and he tore his calf. He probably couldn't run for a while. That dog caught him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
mean, starting your period, that's pretty bad.
I
That's
think
pretty bad,
feel
dude.
the worst.
Shit network, yeah.
I feel worst for the shit network.
That's
yeah,
pretty
that's
bad. You don't work there anymore.
That on that level, yes, that's the person I feel the worst for.
Yeah.
All right.
Big time.
But I mean, there's just some gender context clues. I can't help it.
I don't know if all of these have the same amount of emotional trauma.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would put that one in fourth so far. I think the therapy story was more punchierly written.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that
Where were you guys on that? Running story, therapy stories?
I think the bodily fluid ones are really breaking away from the pack.
Yeah.
That's
Those
what's
two are
happening
like
right
the
now.
top two.
Yeah.
My wife and I are trying to improve our connection and intimacy.
Impotency.
All right. Yeah, we're really trying to improve on impotency.
I'm really trying to be like, ew, get away.
Yuck.
Ugh,
It's
gross what you're doing.
It's hard to
over
do,
there.
though.
Yucky.
Yeah. I keep getting horny. It's so inconvenient.
Ugh.
My wife and I are trying to improve.
Reverse all the ads that are out now. Take these boner pills. You'll never get one again.
Yeah. You should be in Married Incel. You ever tried it? It's pretty awesome.
That is a movie where there's like a little kid and they're selling like boner pills and he goes, wait, to get him or to get rid of him? Like, he doesn't understand. But you're like, from your point of view, it definitely makes more sense.
They do need that, the reverse one.
Yeah.
There's a market for it for sure.
Somebody leave a comment what that's from. I know somebody knows.
It's a younger market for that.
Yeah.
All right. My wife and I are trying to improve our connection and intimacy. I got an ad on Instagram for some supplement women can take to increase their libido. Basically, lady Viagra. Okay. I thought it would make a thoughtful gift. What?
For yourself.
Hey, sweetheart.
Yeah, I was envisioning my wife thinking it was like vulnerable and thoughtful. That's the actual sentence. I envisioned my wife thinking it was like vulnerable and thoughtful, like we were gonna have some cute moment over it. She wasn't having none of that shit.
Yeah, this guy's never met a woman before.
I spent a lot of alone time in the bathroom that month.
Yeah.
As you should. Sir.
Yeah, you deserve that.
Liv, how would you feel about that if your significant other got you
lady Viagra in supplement form?
I'm just saying, I'm like, no issue already. But it's just like, if you're swapping in some earrings or something or a nice night out on the town for that, and I'm like, I'm not.
You got to hide the spinach a little bit,
That's
you know?
what I'm saying. Sprinkle it at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, you want these like fancy new earrings? Well, guess what?
Guess what?
Gotta.
Why don't you try this delicious drink that I've just mixed up for you?
Yeah. At least don't tell me if you're gonna give them
That's true.
to me.
Just open the package yourself. Start making her drinks.
Just spike me or something.
Liv's a proponent of feed me drugs without my consent or knowledge of said drugs.
If you're my significant other, certainly.
Yes.
Fair point. Fair point.
I prefer.
Good distinction.
But I will say they don't work very well. I take roofies all the time. Never.
Not a thing. You probably built up
I never get raped. I never get raped when I'm on them.
God.
So
that you know of.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. How would you?
We could ask Kinsey. I take them at night and just like, hey, you could. I took one. You could have your way with me.
Why would the main suspect be the one you trust with that? I mean, she might be the biggest perpetrator of all time, and just you don't know about this.
That's true.
Allegedly, let's just say.
I'll put it this way. My wife has standing consent. All right, she doesn't have to ask for consent. She's got standing consent.
It's like a DNR. It's like if I go in a coma, but my boner still works.
You have
she's allowed. I just want it on the record. I consent. I mean, imagine. I wonder if any of that leaks into the coma dream reality that you're in. Like,
yeah, this is great.
I don't need anything.
That's what I'm talking about.
She honestly could just be slipping something much stronger to you too, so you have no recollection.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Maybe some actual some stuff to make you forget.
Some horse tranquilizers.
Keep you down. Yeah, sedate you.
Mm-hmm. That's true. This whole thing where I
Like a
think I only
Camel.
sleep 3-4 hours a night, maybe none of that's true. Maybe I sleep 2 days
Oh
every
my
month.
God.
You actually have the best
I sleep for
health.
2 days every month, and then the rest of the month I just don't need to sleep.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
Maybe
conspiracy
leap
theory.
year doesn't exist in every 4 years. Like,
Yeah, dude.
really, 3 out of every 4 years.
What the fuck is that, really?
On
No.
February 29th, you've lost a day.
They're just all days. You're like, the sun comes up and it goes down every day. And so why do we just decide one of the years has an extra one? What is that?
It's a thing.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Don't worry about it.
It all makes sense.
So that one I'm gonna put that in last mainly. Well, actually, it's a funny story, but
It is a funny story.
they're all pretty good though.
The stakes are incredibly low compared to some of the other ones, but
Yeah.
For sure.
funnier.
I'm gonna put therapy up a little higher because it has higher stakes. The running one actually, if you rank by stakes, that's probably third.
I think
Bodily fluids for sure. The
Yeah.
2 girls who put those in, I'm assuming the shit pants at work story is a girl. I don't know why. Gut cleanse, dude. A gut cleanse. I don't see a lot of dudes
Yeah.
out there like slippery elm tea.
Yeah,
Wonder what that's all
If
about.
you said somebody shit their pants at work, I'd be like, which guy did it? And you're
Right,
like,
yeah.
Well, somebody shit their pants because of a gut cleanse. I'd be like, okay. If they're like, somebody shit their pants because of a gut cleanse that their friend told them they had to do with them, I'd be like, who's the girl who
Yeah, it's a
did
woman.
it? Who's the poor woman?
Yeah, who's the poor lady
Who I
who's
now
friend?
feel bad for when it was a guy. I was like, what a fucking
What an idiot.
disgusting animal that man is.
Yeah.
Sick.
For some reason, I think I would respond now that I'm back engineering this. If a woman pooped herself at work and I was there, I think I would be like incredibly supportive. Like, you know what I mean?
You would be. Yeah, you 100%
Yeah,
would
maybe
be.
not every. I think most people would though.
I think if anybody shit themselves at work in that situation, the only thing you can possibly do is be supportive.
Not if it's
But
a guy.
do you talk behind their back? 100%.
Well, I think
You're talking about it after.
Yeah.
there's a certain level of guy who, like, if you already don't like him, you're like, nah, fuck that guy. And
You-
he's shitting all over the place.
Right in that moment, though, the worst you do is say nothing.
Yeah.
If
You know what I mean? Like in that moment, you're not like, oh, you shit yourself. Yes, I hate you.
That's so funny though.
Yeah.
I think the shock value would probably just override everything else.
Yeah.
In
I
that
think
moment.
The main thing, my main hypothesis about this is, if you're the type of person who shits themselves at work, regardless of circumstances,
Yeah.
you might be the person who does already have like a sitting enemy waiting in the wings for that kind of event to happen. You might be mismanaging other things, is what I'm saying.
For sure.
Also, if you're the type of person to do a gut cleanse, maybe you already have a few
You
enemies.
just knew you were all
Let's say
dirty
that.
on the inside.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's say
what are you
that.
hiding?
Why do you need to cleanse
yourself
out of
so
there?
bad.
Yeah.
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 What are you so ashamed of? Ew.
Yeah.
Wash away all your dirty secrets in your bowels.
Air in your dirty laundry.
All right, two more on this one.
All right.
When I was in college, I was eating greens, working out at the gym, meal prepping, doing all the things. One day, I'm in a lecture enjoying my very fermented kombucha when my stomach takes a turn. I realized my time was fading. I stood up, said, sorry, and proceeded to sprint out of the hall, promptly to throw up in the restroom. Made
Sorry.
it to the bathroom. Sorry.
I like to imagine this
At
person.
the bar, I realized my time was fading.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
This is some.
I realized my
Suspense
time was
holding.
fading. I was almost out.
I love to imagine this person with a British accent, like, sorry.
Right.
Sorry, mate.
Out of,
Want me to do the whole thing over in a British?
sorry.
Please.
When I was in uni, I was eating greens, working out at the gym, meal prepping, doing all the things. One day, I'm in a lecture. I don't know how they say lecture. Enjoying very fermented kombucha. When my stomach takes a turn, I realized my time was fading. I stood up, said, sorry. Proceeded to sprint out of the hall, promptly throw up in the restroom.
Ooh, that was like a little Aussie accent.
Yeah, you
Was
got
it?
a little at the end there.
I mix them. I
It
mix them.
happened,
Down
it
under.
happened to the best of us.
Promptly to throw up in the restroom.
Yeah, threw up all over the restroom.
Restroom. Yeah.
The restroom.
This one feels, there's some
Lulu.
mistakes there. Yeah.
Toast me cookie.
I realized my time was fading is such a bar that I kind of like him. It gets one spot for this one. Gets one spot for that.
It's another
The
bodily
sweat
fluid.
beads.
Yeah.
I think
Embarrassing health stuff is almost always going to be bodily fluids. I think.
Yeah, I think if you didn't go this route, I think you're really not in contention.
Yeah, therapy.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, therapy's strong, but
It's
yeah.
arguable whether that's even good for you to begin with. Honestly.
Exactly, yeah.
That's kind of that whole person's premise.
Well, and nonetheless, even though they didn't throw up in the classroom, it's still like the fast paced, like, sorry, and just sprint out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just like, what is this person doing?
You only say.
And if it was a lecture hall too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
They're
no.
It's
I
like
wonder where they were
everyone-
sitting. I wonder if they
Going
were.
down the stairs.
Yeah, like,
Left their backpack. They left their shit
Yeah,
there.
you have to come back
Yeah,
after that. That's
yeah,
the thing.
your front row, the only exit is the very back.
Yeah, and also if it was like a bad one, like when we were, a little bit personal information, we were in a hotel a couple weeks ago, and Casey was going through it.
Oh yeah, no, I got sick as shit
No.
So bad.
It was
going
real
through
bad.
it, projectile. The water stopped working
in the hotel.
in the hotel for like 5 hours while he's going through it.
It was perfectly synced with when I started feeling not good.
He's putting his forehead on the ground just to like try and cool down. Imagine if this turned into one of those, you know what I'm saying? And they're just in their school bathroom.
Oh, and you just see the knees
man.
under
They
the
can't move.
skull.
They can't move.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's-
Could be worse. Yeah.
It makes
I
me
mean,
feel for this person more.
yep.
now.
Yeah, a little more empathy, I think.
Yeah.
All right, last one. I bought one of those standing desks in the first. I bought one of those standing desks. In the first week, my lower back got pretty sore, but I figured I was just getting used to it. Until I threw my back out opening my freezer. That was how I learned that you're only supposed to stand sometimes, not all day. That is true. You're actually not supposed to stand all day. It's not. It's kind of like worse for you than sitting. Man threw his back out, opening his freezer. Could have been a girl. This feels like a dude, though.
Yeah.
The classic
Yeah.
dude thing.
Feels-
Threw my back out, opening the freezer. Dude, 100%.
hey, I just got an alert on my watch. Time to stand.
You haven't stood in too long.
Yeah.
This has some real like this is definitely guy energy. This is like I haven't worked out in 5 years, and the first time back, you're like, I'm gonna hit everything. I'm gonna put in a 3-hour session, and then you're like, all right,
You're
no.
like, I've now, yeah.
That guy's not standing up for another minute for the rest of that month, probably.
Yeah. He's got his standing desk is way above him, and he's just laying on the floor on his Zoom meetings, just like listening. Just listening to those Zoom meetings, like, please don't ask me anything. I won't answer. I can't answer. He's got it on the phone audio with his camera off.
yeah.
He has it like taped up above him. So it looks normal.
It's like a skylight Zoom.
He's two different people on the Zoom call.
Yeah, he's that guy who's got it open on two. All right, ranking these up. So, jogging, period story, gut reset,
And I think the 3.
shitting at work. Yeah, so those two are
Yeah.
top 2, I think.
Well, and I think we mix in the
Therapy?
lecture hall.
Lecture hall for 3, you think?
To me, it's a
Lecture hall for 3, lecture hall for 3?
Yeah.
It's a trio of bodily fluid stories, I think. Here.
Okay, yep, yeah. So I'll go shitting at work, period jog, and then lecture hall for
Hey,
me.
That's
not planned ahead of time. 3 different bodily fluids too,
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
and we didn't
Yeah.
even hit like
Good work.
sweat.
Why
or
wasn't there
pee.
any semen in this
Yeah,
segment?
no semen, no piss, no sweat.
The guy who got his wife that gift, there was a lot of semen. Just went into the
mean-
toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jogging at 5 a.m. So then we got kind of a group of jogging at 5 a.m., online therapy, and standing desk. I put standing desk at the top of that group. Therapy's good too. I put standing desk at the top of that group because that's just relatable.
I think.
Would you like to make a case for something else, either of you?
I'm with you. That group feels behind the other pack, and
Mm-hmm.
it is weird how most of the one have like a feminine energy.
Yeah.
And those all seem to have more of a male energy.
That's true. I think the ladies really won. I don't know for sure because I don't know all the names.
Well, there's something about like if I told you a story of me shitting my pants, you'd be like, oh wow. But if like
Yeah.
Olivia did, you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh wow. Like
All
it's a
the
different level.
If we're right about this, that means all the women went with bodily fluid stories, and all the men did not go with bodily fluid
Well,
stories.
because I think if you're trying to write an interesting story about health thing, you're like, everybody expects that I've shit my pants plenty of times.
Right? Yeah. At least if you're not shitting them once every 6 months,
Yeah.
I think you probably should see a doctor.
If I gave you an over/under of like 7 times I've shit my pants, you'd be thinking for a sec.
I would.
You'd be like, oh,
That's your number for your over under, dude. Mine's in the 20s or 30s.
that's a lot of shit.
I've shit my pants.
I wanted.
As an adult, I'm talking 18 and over.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Wow.
poopy.
I ran. I was running. I was running and pooping a lot.
You were duking on the run.
Duking.
Pull your calf muscle.
Yeah, pulled my calf muscle jumping over a bush. Dog got me.
Yeah, but I got him back. I shit all over him.
All over the place.
All over him.
Projectile diarrhea on him. Yeah. He
all
wasn't
right.
doing that again.
Final rankings. In 6th place, we're going to go dog jogging.
Dog jog.
2.3 million views on TikTok. 5th place, we're going to go therapy.
Therapy.
4th place, we're going to go standing desk, throwing the back out.
Back desk.
3rd place, we're going to go throwing up in class, lecture hall, throw up. 2nd place, this one's a tough one. 2nd place, we're going to go period run.
I think
ruin the Lulus.
I think that's
1st place, congratulations to who won 1st place. They didn't say their name, which makes sense because they've just told a story about them shitting their pants at work.
And congratulations to
Jeremy. Yeah.
Worked at Empire.
Yeah. Looks like they put an Instagram handle here. So
their home address is.
Yeah. So congrats to whoever had that story. The way that you got $100 for being the winner, and then time to reveal your guys' stories. So Liv got 3rd. Only one other person beat her.
A uni.
Yep. Liv was the throw up girly.
Memories.
In her throw up era.
It was a girl.
It was a girl. Lo and behold.
I really think all those top 3 were girls.
We don't have any data on that though.
I do know that the jogging one was a guy. He put his name.
Hey, in the future, if you're submitting these, you don't have to tell us who you are. You can be anonymous, but you do have to tell us. You do have to tell us whether you're a man or a woman.
Yeah, this is very interesting to us now.
Man, you guys are real.
John will only reveal it after we're done doing this. So.
Right. Yeah, we're very genderist here.
We're gonna be equal opportunity about it. We just are curious at the end of the day. Like,
we've just chosen all the women to win.
Yeah, this ratio's already off here.
The Royo-shio.
The Royo.
Royo-shio.
And on to the next ad.
In the room.
It's the ratio of carbs to
versus,
fiber.
Yeah,
also known as net carbs.
The Royo show. Horatio Sands.
Which is an incredible ratio if you go to eatroyo.com and order some bagels. It's got a great Royo-shio of carbs to fiber. All right, back to the show. That wasn't so painful.
It was.
Oh, man.
It was a little painful.
It was all right.
You had a chubby before that, and now you're all the way soft.
I was going to try to do a proctologist ad after the the winner.
And now I'm at half staff again.
Okay.
Half mass, half staff.
So
half staff. Only okay. I had a lot of no call, no shows.
So whoever had the story about the pooping at work, you've won. So you get both the variety pack from Royo and you get $100. The other person who had the story about jogging in the yellow Lululemons, you've also beat Liv. So you get the variety pack from Royo. Casey, you got 5th.
Yeah.
5th of 6.
I took a different take on it.
So the other person who beat you was the person with the standing desk. So he's also won a variety pack of Royo. I feel like maybe the girl who got 2nd should get 2 or something like that.
I don't know.
She beat both of you.
Yeah, you're the Royo guy.
Yeah, we'll call it 2.
You come up with the Royo show. You want to give her of bagels.
If we used your story at all, even if you got last, even if you were the jogger who tore his calf and ended up TikTok famous, which I relate with, that could have been my story easily.
I was like, you submitted
a
story. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of you get $10 cash for me using your story. You send me an email at john@eatroyo.com. And tell me which story was yours. For the next episode, it's going to be in a couple weeks. You ready for the prompts for the next episode? If you're trying to win some shit,
I'm ready.
All right. Next episode's prompts are the fill in the blank is all the way down this thing that I'm scrolling down right now. Fill in the blank is, if I could talk to my younger self, I would lie to them about blank. If I could talk to my younger self, I would lie to him or her about blank. And the story prompt is, what is something you wish you could unlearn and why? All right. So comment on the video, fill in the blank on that prompt. If I could talk to my younger self, I would lie to them about blank. Put that in the comments, and then tell us a story. If there is something you wish you could unlearn and why. Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, follow us or leave a review on whatever audio platform. This is a good time. Thank you guys for doing this.
Thanks for having us, John.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Is there anything you guys want to plug? You don't plug anything. You don't have anything to plug.
Plug that mouth of yours.
Yeah, that's what we've been waiting for.
Nah.
On that note, bye.